7 buys, 3 sells. Quinshon Judkins is RB11 on a fantasy points per game basis. Some people might stick their nose up, say it's the Browns, they think it's a flash in the pan. If they want to cash in on this recent production, I will be a customer. I think Davante Adams might be viewed as a sell high for some. He's the second option on their team. He doesn't have a ton of high yardage totals. He's had a touchdown in 3 straight games, which seems unsustainable, and it probably is. Massive target share. Nobody gets a higher percentage of their team's end zone targets than Davante Adams. He's averaging more than 2 per game. Very specific stat, I know, but 10 running backs get 97% or more of their team's 2-minute work. All of them but 2 are RB1s. The only 2 that aren't are Alvin Kamara and Kyron Williams. People might be trying to get off these players with the current buzz around Kendre Miller and Blake Corum. If I can get these guys for low-end RB2, high-end RB3 value, I'm doing it. Chuba Hubbard's one of those guys whose perceived value is never going to be as high as his actual production. This dude does not have a single rushing touchdown, but he's a high-end RB2, RB15 right now. A lot of that is because he's so involved in the passing game. He does have 2 receiving touchdowns thus far. Very small sample size here, but despite not scoring a touchdown, Brenton Strange has been a top 10 tight end the past 2 weeks, back-to-back games with 7+ targets. And before we get on to sells, what do the top 7 fantasy QBs have in common? All of them get at least 5 designed rushes/scrambles per game. Full transparency, Mahomes is 4.8. Last week we said Bo Nix and Kyler Murray were buys. With a slow start and some injury bias, I think you may be able to buy Jaden Daniels. Do not listen to what I'm not saying here. I love Garrett Wilson. I was pretty high on him entering the season. I do not think he's going to sustain wide receiver 5 value. If you know someone in your league who's going to give you top 5 wide receiver value for a guy who's a top 5 wide receiver right now, I'm cashing in. If you can capitalize on Isaiah Pacheco's best game of the year, I would do it. The Chiefs are working in Brashard Smith a little bit more in their backfield each week. Hunt and Pacheco have both failed to impress. I'm getting off Pacheco while I can. And then lastly, my plan going into the year with Xavier Worthy was ride him until week 4 or 5 and then trade him away before Rashee Rice came back. That all went out the window when he hurt his shoulder in week 1, but with these receiver injuries, Tyreek Hill, Malik Neighbors, CeeDee Lamb, someone who needs a receiver will overpay for Xavier Worthy after that impressive game. Have you made any trades that backfired this year? I want to hear about it. Drop them in the comments and drop a follow for more. That's it for now. Deuces.